This helper is now tall, wearing a blue apron, but so are you.
I know, I have your apron on.
Lisa Brady is joining us live in studio with FoodSaver, and Lisa is one of our longtime QVC guests, and welcome back on this holiday kickoff gift weekend.
Yes, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
I was having a little trouble reminding exactly what it was called. All right, so we have had over 220 guests live in our studio this week.
Wow.
Weekend.
That's a big week.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Now, this is the FoodSaver. This is going to pull a commercial quality vacuum seal, but there's a nylon piston pump inside.
Yes, there is.
And you're going to show us just how strong it is.
Yep.
Not because we want you to buy this to crush soda cans,
right,
but we want to show you that it is strong enough to where that pump can pull that air out and make that can go flat.
Right. I mean, when you think about it, you're not going to obviously crush a can, but when you're putting food in your pantry or in your refrigerator or in your freezer, if you don't remove the air is going to start to spoil the food. In fact, in a freezer burn sets in 72 hours. That's when it starts. But if you remove all the air, then you don't have to worry. That food is going to keep for a long time, no matter where you're keeping it, your fridge, your freezer, or your pantry. But this is what we're doing. We wanted to show you. I mean,
that can is crushed.
It is completely crushed, right? And so that's how simple and easy it is.
Not to mention vacuum sealed.
Right, and you can't get into this bag unless you cut it.
Unless you cut it open.
Yeah, these are, really super durable, strong, multi-layered bags that are going to keep the air out.
Miss Lisa, we're going to include the vacuum seal system. The roll of bags that you can customize, because there is not only storage in here, but there's also a cutter inside, right?
Yes, there is. Yep.
And then you're getting 2 1-quart seal bags, and you're getting 2 1-gallon seal bags, and this handheld sealer to go along with other types of accessories.
Yes, yeah.
And then also maybe those containers.
Yes, containers, the jars, and also the bags that have that little seal on it, for short-term storage.
Now let me tell you that at QVC ordinary price on this, $134.98, but we can't get a reorder on this model.
No, we cannot.
FoodSaver's not going away.
No.
It's just this model's going away.
Yes, it is.
So we took a top shelf item, brought in at a rock bottom price.
Yes.
So $134.98 is normal price on this.
Yes.
You're saving $65.
That's crazy, right?
But only for the next 2,500 people.
Oh, okay.
And I want you to think about, past the savings of this unit, how much money you're going to start saving when food is lasting longer.
Right, and that's really what it's all about.
Right.
Is saving money on your food.
Because every single week when you go to make out your grocery list, if you throw away the strawberries because they've grown a fur coat, my raspberries grow a fur coat when I'm walking out of the grocery store with them.
I get them home sometimes, and I see one that's in there that's bad, but it's buried on the bottom, and then guess what? That makes the rest of them go bad.
And then the rest of them go bad in a hurry. I was picking through my berries this morning for breakfast. I know what you're talking about.
I know, and they're so expensive.
This is what it's all about. If you can make food last longer, that's money you're already saving.
Yes.
Now, you've got a little illustration of that, and we've got a graphic to back it up.
Right, yeah, so cheese, for example, if you buy it, it comes when you buy it at the store, it comes in a vacuum sealed bag, right? And that'll last a long time if you don't open it, but we don't buy cheese to just store it.
If you don't open it.
Yeah, we want to open it, but as soon as you open it, if you put it in a regular bag, this is what can happen. I'm like even grossed out touching this, but this is obviously cash in the trash. You're going to throw this away because you're not going to be able to eat it. In the old days, I would cut off. If it was just a little bit of mold, I'd cut it off because it's so expensive. I didn't want to throw it out.
Keep going, because I need to read something, but I'll have to go close to the monitor to do it.
You don't need to do that anymore. So now what I'm going to do is show you how it works. So you're going to put your cheese in a bag. I like to use a larger bag because then I can open it, take some cheese out, and then seal it over and over and over, because these are reusable. You could actually wash this and reuse it again as well. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the vacuum button up here. What's nice about that is it automatically starts that nylon piston pump for that commercial quality vacuum seal. I don't need to touch it. I don't need to do anything. It's going to know as soon as it's removed all the air, just like that, it shuts off, and now it's going to seal it. You can see it's blinking here. I love this model, David, because it's closer to your countertop, so everything fits right in. It's nice and simple and easy. You have 3 buttons over here that say vacuum, seal, or dry and moist. So if you're going to do something with soup, maybe you use the moist, then you lock it down on the side. But now look at that. Now that cheese is going to keep for a long time in my refrigerator.
Now, Miss Lisa, let's put this graphic back on the screen, and you smile sweetly back there, because I had to come up here so I could read it.
Okay.
A family of 4 could save as much as $3,278 and wait for it 5 pennies annually when buying food in bulk from warehouse clubs. A family of 4 can save up to 30.9% of their monthly food bills when buying in bulk from warehouse clubs.
Right.
So if, Christmas is now less than 3 months away. If at Christmas time you had an extra $3,200, would that be meaningful for you and your family?
So meaningful.
Would that be helpful? And if you went to the store and found these strip steaks on sale, and you had a way to store them, would you save money by buying a bigger pack as opposed to buying just a couple?
Absolutely. They price those bigger packs lower because they think you're going to get it home, and then it's going to get freezer burn, and you're going to throw it away and go back to the store and buy more.
And buy more. They want you.
Yeah, that's what they want.
They want it to go bad.
But don't do it. Get
Joke's
your
on
FoodSaver.
you, Mr. and Mrs. Grocery Store Manager.
That's right. So here's
We've
how
got
simple.
FoodSaver.
All you're going to do is take your bag, right? You're going to put it in this removable drip tray. We have a higher back so you know where to stop the bag. So literally, put it right in that chamber. That's all you do. You've got an extra wide sealing strip. Again, you talked about having the cutter, the roll storage. We've got everything for you in this one unit. Lock it down on the side, hit vacuum. Now you can walk away, you can go get your dinner ready, do whatever you want to do. And now it's going to remove all of the air, and then it's going to do that commercial quality vacuum seal. You can write the date on it here if you want, and you may want to do that when you're doing things like this because this is going to last so long in your freezer.
And you're also not going to use a bag this big. We used a bag this big because we wanted you to be able to see the process and whatnot, because Lisa's working upside down and backwards with the machine.
Yes.
When you're at home, you'll use a smaller bag so the bags will go further, right?
Yeah, for sure. Unless it's one, because don't forget, like you can drop this in simmering water, for example, if you're doing corn. I wouldn't reuse it then.
Or if you're doing cheese, you want to be a little longer so you've got some extra room, right?
Exactly, because what I can do is I'll show you. Now, let's say I had 2 steaks in here and I just wanted to use one. So here's what I would do. I would lift this up. I would put the bag in here, right? And I'd go past that seal. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that bag. So now I've cut that bag off. And now what I can do is I can take that second steak out. And then let's say I want to freeze that one again. I'm going to put it back in.
And Lisa, how long will a steak keep in the freezer in one of these bags?
Well, it depends, David. I have steaks in my freezer that are over 2 years old.
Great day.
2 years old. And think about what I paid for that steak 2 years ago, right? And now I'm still
I have
able to
two
use
things
it.
to say to you. Number one, good for you.
Yes.
Number two, eat more steak.
Yeah.
But this is fantastic. And you also have a great price on this. Remember, this is clearance.
Yes.
FoodSaver's not going away. This model is.
Yes.
We're 45% less.
Oh my gosh, that's
I
crazy.
have fewer than 2,000 of these to go around, and I have hundreds of people on the phone lines. I want all of you to realize that every single week, if you put less on your grocery list, not because you're buying less because you don't want as much. No, you're buying less because what you bought the week before is still good.
Yes.
And you're saving that money, and that money adds up, and at the end of the year, suddenly, wow, there you are. Miss Lisa Brady, it's good to see you.
Thank you so much, David.
Always a
Wonderful to see you.
pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. All right, we have another clearance price item for you, and Mark Charles is already making clouds o' cheese. He is.